Hello, and welcome to
Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia.
You are both wrong. It is Game of Thrones, and today we will talk about the Targaryens.
Oh, right.
I see how it is.
Okay.
That's why you idiots are dragons.
It's actually because, well, you know, we came out of Neg, and then
Yeah.
we got hungry and we ate the two talented, handsome young devils.
Yeah,
You are wrong again. Move along.
Okay, well,
Well,
goodbye.
enjoy. Know that. And we're back. So today we'll be talking about House Targaryen.
Let's start by talking about their titles. Their titles are composed of Lords of Dragonstone, Kings of the Andals and the First Men, Protectors of the Seven Kingdoms, Lords of the Seven Kingdoms, Protectors of the Realm, and Dragon.
Their vassals are House Tyrion Lannister. Basically, what happened there is that Tyrion left his house due to family reasons, so he became independent and had his own house. It was House Stark, Arryn, Baratheon, Greyjoy, Martell, Tully, Tyrell, and under Daenerys there was Unsullied and Dothraki. The founder is Aegon Targaryen, also known as the Mad King. He ruled over the kingdoms and unified them, and with his dragons. And he couldn't conquer Dorne, so he got it by marriage.
Yeah, joining them in an alliance. They were a noble house in Valyria before its doom. Aegon is the founder of House Targaryen, and as we know it here in Westeros, because all other Valyrians are dead. It is also why the house is filled with incest, because they want to save their kind. They are all blonde hair, purple eyes, and they are immune to fire and control dragons.
Their motto is fire and blood. Their crest is three-headed red dragon on a black field. So they occupy territories. In Westeros, the Targaryens have Dragonstone, and in Essos they have the Great Grass Sea, which was taken by Daenerys and Dothrakis.
So Aegon was the first to unify the realms 300 years ago with his great conquest. Robert Baratheon, Ned Stark, and Jon Arryn rebelled against the Mad King and overthrew him. The Baratheon house then became the royal house. The remaining Targaryens and their loyalists fled to the free cities of Essos. The Mad King was slain by his own bodyguard, Jaime Lannister.
So now let's start talking about the families. So, first off, the most important Targaryen, the Mad King, Aegon Targaryen. He was a cruel person. He burned down cities. He burned down people with wildfire, which was also used with Marjorie. And basically, he got the name Mad King because he was hearing voices inside his head that was telling them to kill people. He was murdered before the show even started, so before season 1, by his guard, Jaime Lannister. He got a few kids. Rhaegar, who was married to Lyanna Stark. Basically, this is a huge scandal in the show. We find out that Jon Snow wasn't really Ned Stark's bastard and was actually Targaryen born. So that's a big punch of the show.
And he's actually Stark, because Rhaegar Targaryen, married to Lyanna Stark, gave birth to Jon Snow.
And technically, with that happening, he is the rightful heir to the throne because both of his brothers are dead.
Okay, so now let's talk about the two other children, Viserys and Daenerys. Viserys was really mistreating Daenerys in the story, and once Daenerys made friends with great powers in Essos, they killed him by pouring gold on his head.
Khal Drogo killed him.
Yeah. Daenerys is very important in the story because she started a new war to try and claim the throne. She has 3 dragons, and she unified the Unsullied, the Dothraki, and other allies. She has many titles, and her most important one is the Freer of Chains. which is because she used to go through cities and free the slaves because she was a slave herself and she was sold and mistreated.
And also, she also has a Mother of Dragons as a title as well. So the three dragons, two of them are still with Daenerys. The other one was killed by the Night King. Basically, a spear was thrown at the dragon. The dragon crashed down inside a frozen lake
And the Night King ended up bringing him back to life and controlling him.
and used it to destroy the wall at the end of season 7.
So after Daenerys lost her dragon to the Night King and saw the power of the Night King and his army, she ended up making an alliance with Jon Snow, and they ended up hooking up together and starting a whole romance. But she's technically his aunt.
Yeah. So that wraps it up for the Targaryens. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.